mind their particular so I shouldn't be able to. They usually have a problem.
Excuse me.
I wore a black person.
Cheese guy.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Central Court City Council meeting today, Monday, January 12, 2026 at 6:03 p.m. Mr. Kerr, providing the agenda.
Council President Baena. Council President Kazarian. Present. Council President Figueroa. Present. Council President Rivas Lugo.
Present.
Council President Rosado Martinez.
Present.
Council President Solano. Present. Council President Ferry is absent. We have quorum. The next item on the agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next item on the agenda is public comment.
Proof is coming open. The first person is Karen Ortega. Ms. Ortega, welcome to the Central Court City Council.
I want to say beforehand, before I start speaking, that last meeting I didn't get to speak up because I didn't have the chance to write my name down. I just want to let you guys know.
Excuse me, Ms. Ortega, if you can just state your name and your address.
Karen Ortega, 14th Street, Central Falls. Hey, good afternoon. My name is Karen Ortega. I've been in CF my whole life, and I've heard about CF. All I've heard about CF is the amazing buildings, activities, and the care our city has to offer. And I must admit, the city is awesome, and it is the foundation of the Central Falls. The community is also awesome because they're also a part of the foundation of Central Falls. It's all amidst that. Now, to my other point about this today, which I didn't get to mention last time, but I believe that the mayor should not have another term. From other viewpoints, they would say yes, that she should have another term because of the many projects she has started for our city. But in my eyes, her religion can be passed down to another mayor. We need more leaders to speak up and express their ideas. The reason is that the mayor should have another term is because our city has unfortunately been victim to corruption, which is the reason why the mayor shouldn't have another term. Have we all seen what our current president is trying to do? Aside from that, this question divides the community, and remember, our community is the foundation of our city. And once that foundation breaks, we all fall together. Our community is way more important than bringing up questions under itself. Because let's face it, some people are easy to persuade, which makes it easy to fall into corruption, and we don't need another Charles, I don't know his last name, or I don't know how to pronounce it. That being said, our mayor has done amazing things that benefit you and others personally, but what about the youth? Now, let it be clear, I don't mean kids from 5 to 8. I mean teenagers, high schoolers, and middle schoolers. Now, yes, you have an amazing school coming up, and I see the vision that you have for it. I lost my place, sorry. But I mean it outside of education. I mean them being involved with the community by giving them more opportunities to be able to do things know about these meetings to start off. Aside from that, here are some things that you guys haven't spoken about. I spoke about this before to you guys or not, and I'm aware that you guys have been doing things behind the scenes, but our state has been targeted by Trump's administration, and there have been many sightings all around, and they've been seen in North Providence, Cranston, Providence, Newport, and Northern. And I would like to add some proposals myself. Because I've seen one video take my uncle from me on Christmas Eve, and I'm in the rage that my own grandson is here with me. And only the gods know how he's doing right now. I'm in the rage that there hasn't been anyone speaking up about this. Come on, we already got someone from Central, and I'd like to add 2 people. They have been spotted so much, yet our local government says nothing. I, a part of the people, are enraged that nobody is speaking up about this. What's the point of being quiet? Us, the people, united, will not be afraid anymore. I, on behalf of myself and others alike, are done with the silence and we want answers. Now, to end this off, here's a quote from famous author George Orwell from a novel, 1984. In times of deceit, telling the truth is a revolutionary act. End quote. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Tejas. Next person is Italian President.
Good evening, Dana Petrin, Deputy Chief of the Central Falls Fire Department. Good evening. I'd like to also thank the members of the City Council for having me here this evening. Also, thank you, Chief Mello, the other firefighters here with us today, as well as the representatives from Mayor Rivera's staff. On Tuesday, December 23rd, 2025, at approximately 23:50 hours, a resident from 39 Dowling Street went to the Central Falls Police Department, reporting that his house was on fire and there were possibly people still trapped in the building. At minimum manning, the on-duty shift was dispatched consisting of Engine 2, Ladder 1, Rescue 2, and Battalion 1 with 8 members. Battalion 1, under the command of Acting Battalion Chief John Garvey, declared a code red and struck a second alarm, bringing in mutual aid from Pawtucket, Lincoln, and Cumberland. Lieutenant Garvey reported that there was fire showing from the first floor on the C side of the building, and then noticed people on the fire escape on the Dowling Street side that needed to be rescued. Engine 2 arrived on scene and perfectly stretched an 1 3/4 attack line for the B side of the building. By this time, the fire was coming out of the main entrance, and Engine 2 made an aggressive interior attack, extinguishing the fire, going up the building's only stairwell, and advancing into the first floor apartment. Simultaneously, Ladder 1 placed a ground ladder to the fire escape and rescued the 2 victims to ground level safety. There was a report made to Lieutenant Garvey from the police that there was possibly a child still trapped on the upper floor of the building. Without hesitation, under the zero visibility, Lieutenant Mejia, with his 3 firefighters, made entry to the 2nd and 3rd floor to conduct the primary search above the fire flood. The searches were negative and everyone had now been safely evacuated. I'd like to point out that if it was not for the aggressive actions by the crew of Engine 2 that extinguished the fire in the stairwell already, Ladder 1 would have no choice but to use the aerial ladder or ground ladders, which would have taken time to get to the upper floors. From the initial dispatch to the final stages of the incident, these members performed swiftly, bravely, confidently, and without incident. They ensured life safety, property conservation, and overall incident stabilization. I know these 8 individuals would tell you that they were just doing their job that night. However, I do feel that their actions should be recognized. How they conducted themselves for this incident is a fine example of what represents the Central Falls Fire Department. I am extremely proud of you all and thank you for what you do every day, day in and day out. I'd like the 8 members to come please stay up here so I can recognize you all. And Battalion 1 was Acting Battalion Chief Fire Lieutenant John Garvey. Engine 2, Acting Fire Lieutenant Michael Avanti. Backstep firefighter on the nozzle was Alexander Porter. Driving the apparatus, Engine 2 was firefighter Dylan Mendez. Ladder 1, consisting of Acting Fire Captain Fire Lieutenant Ezekiel Mejia. Driving was firefighter Tyler Carr. Assigned to the rescue, were teamed up to make a 4-man ladder company on Rescue 1. Acting Rescue Lieutenant Firefighter Samuel Keeler and Backstep Firefighter Tyler Segui. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Gentlemen, I have a a unit citation from each of you from the city. Thank you very much.
Don't go anywhere. I want to say something on behalf of myself and my colleagues here in the city council. Our sincere gratitude to the Central Force Fire Department, led by the Chief of Carmelo, Deputy Danny Petrin, and the entire team in the fire department. Their dedication and service to our city. Thank you, especially for the work and response in the two fights we have in the December 2025. Your commitment to remain indifferent and keep Central Force safe. Thank you for everything you do for our community. We appreciate it.
Oh, yes. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is approval of records, meeting minutes of December 8th, 2025, city council.
All right.
That's 0. Next item on the agenda is executive communication, consideration of appointment by Mayor Maria Rivera of Belmiro Bala of Central Falls as board of canvases and registration term to set to expire January 12th, 2032.
Hello, good evening, distinguished members of the City Council. It's great to be back in the new year for 2026. We have before you the recommendation for appointment for Benito Vada to the Central Falls Board of Canvassers and Registration. You have a copy of his resume. This gentleman is a resident of the city. He is fluent in multiple languages and is able to connect with the community that he's going to be serving in this capacity if you choose to approve his appointment today. And he is here and available to answer any of your questions that you may have.
Good evening.
Hello, Mr. Bala, we're from the Central Force Council. Just want to say that's great, have talent like you, you work for the community of Central Force. It's great have people like speak our community language, which is Spanish, Creole, assuming Portuguese too. Welcome to this and thank you for your time for service to Central Force. That's it. Any other member, any question, comment?
How long have you lived in the city?
In April, it'll be 3 years.
Okay. Where you were before to live?
Pawtucket, so right next door.
Our neighborhood.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just want to thank you for your service in the airport.
Thank you for your support.
So anyone have any other question or comment? I need a motion to approve. Councilwoman Baena made the motion, Councilman Solano second. With that said, all say in favor say aye. Aye. Congratulations.
Next item on the agenda under B is consideration of reappointment by Mayor Maria Rivera of Valley Channel of the Central Falls to the Personnel Board with the term set to expire January 12, 2029. I'm not sure if Ms. Chad is here.
We now have before you, as Mr. Clerk described, Ms. Chatham. I know many of you know her. She has been in the city for some time, carries deep expertise in human capital management, organizational leadership, and we would love to be able to have her continue using her talents and serving on the Personnel Board. Ms. Chatham is here, of course, to answer any questions that the council may have.
Thank you. Everybody.
Everyone is welcome.
Great.
Good to see you here. Happy 2026. No, I know me and all my colleagues. I know we know you very well. I see your resume. I know your work, your capacity. Thank you for continuing helping and work for the city of Central Falls.
Smile.
Any other one comment, question for her? All right. See anyone have any other comment or question? I need a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion. I'll second.
Councilwoman Rosa Martinez and Councilwoman Baena. With that said, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Motion passes 6-0.
Thanks.
Next item on the agenda is Department Financial Reports December 2025, City Clerk's Office, Department of Public Works and Code Enforcement, Fire Department, and question.
Perfect, thank you. Okay, you ready to review? Any question? Or is anyone have question? I need a motion to approve.
Make the motion.
Councilman Solano made the motion.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Rosa Martinez second. With the same, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion
Motion
passes 6-0. The next item on the agenda, under new business, City Council sitting as Board of License Commissions and hearing consideration of petition licenses. There's a Class C variety, it's a transfer. Edwin Jimenez doing business as El Senor Mini Market Inc., 791 Broad Street, Central Falls, transferred from Esperanza Convenience Store. I am not sure if he's here today. I don't see him.
He's not here?
No.
Okay, so. Alright. So solicitor, do you think we are tabling for the next meeting or?
Yes, I would continue the matter until the February meeting.
Okay. With that said, I need a motion to table this for the next meeting in February.
I'll make the motion.
Councilwoman Baena made the motion.
I'll-
Councilman Peguero second. With that said, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passed.
Motion to table passes 6-0. Next item on the agenda is a petition to the Central Falls City Council by Narragansett Electric and Verizon New England Inc. for a joint or identical pole location, Central Street, relocate JOP2.
If the council has any questions, we do have Jim Vandermillen, the Director of the Planning Department here, but you should have the information in your packets.
Yeah, that was in here. Any colleague have any question for planning director? See anyone who have question, make the motion to approve?
I make the motion to approve.
Councilman Casaria made the motion, second. And Councilman Solano second, with that say, all in favor say aye. Motion passed.
6-0. Next item on the agenda on the schedule of bills, hearings, and/or considerations. A resolution authorizing the mayor and/or city solicitor to effectuate the acquisition of 326 Broad Street and 767 Lonsdale Avenue in Central Falls, Rhode Island, 02863 for fair market value for the purpose of housing redevelopment and green infrastructure. Councilperson Rivas Lugo, request.
City Council, you want to, city solicitor, you want to add something on it?
Yes, I can provide a brief update on both of these properties and then happy to answer any questions. I'll start with the yellow house across from the new high school, which is known as 767 Lonsdale. There's been numerous news stories about it. This property was put into receivership several years ago, and the reason was that it was a dilapidated property. It's clearly a nuisance property. Both the house itself, and then if you're looking at the house to the left, there are garages as well. We spent years working with maybe a half dozen different potential developers who all saw promise in the property. But what they wanted to do was demolish the existing property and then build essentially a big apartment building. That property goes behind it, goes up a slope, and what they wanted to do was cut down all the trees and make like essentially a large apartment building. That would have what they called penciled, it would allow enough money to come in to pay for the demolition and construction. The problem is that, as you all know, with the new high school, there's really flooding concerns at that corner of Higginson and Lonsdale. And cutting down all those trees on that slope and putting a big building there would have made it impossible to abide by stormwater regulations. So then we pivoted, knowing we couldn't do a big apartment building, and we looked for someone who would be willing to demolish or renovate the house. And we had several developers visit the property, and it was clear that no one could save the property, and financially it wouldn't work out. We even tried to engage with Habitat for Humanity and Youth Build and Building Futures, but the consensus, we had to buy the property, which is a whole nother story. But there were animals, there was significant leaking from the roof, there were holes in the roof, hoarding issues. So at this point, the city's best case scenario is before you, which is to purchase the property for $50,000, which is the expenses for the receivership to date. And then we've applied to our planning department to DEM for funding to demolish the property and to create green infrastructure so we keep the stormwater control there. And we think we can create some amount of parking spaces for the teachers at the new high school there. But it will not be paved parking, because we want the water to go into the ground. We don't want to create more flooding issues. So the general idea is to demolish the property, keep stormwater protection, and create green infrastructure there, which will be like a 1 to 2 year process. I can talk about the other one or answer any questions on that property.
I don't have a question. Anyone have a question on it?
I did have a question, Mr. Solicitor. Usually when we acquire properties, or my understanding is we try to do it at market value. What's the reasoning behind, and I'm not saying we should, I'm not saying one way or the other, just curious what the reasoning behind the low market value purchase? Is there anything?
The receiver is willing to, I think the receiver, recognizing that there's no other functional use of the property, is just willing to give it to us for cost.
Thank you. And then, what is the line item or funding source that we typically use for acquisitions?
We have a revolving fund in the housing trust fund. So we initially had put about $1 million of ARPA funds into a housing fund. And then we used some portion of that to build the houses in Washington and Hood. And then took those sale proceeds and put them back into the revolving fund. So this 50 will come out of that fund, which I think has, somewhere between 400,000 and 700,000 in it.
Thank you. And so at this point, there's no, there's no chance for someone to say, no, we don't want to sell it at below market value, like it's, it's confirmed that that is.
Correct.
Okay. That was my.
Okay.
Thank you. You can continue with the other property.
All right, 326 Broad Street, i.e. Ted's Auto Sales. This is a prime piece of real estate at the start of Broad Street in Central Falls. It's on a corner in historic South Central Falls. And if you've ever eaten at Tuck Spot Taqueria, I'm sure you stare at it and wonder what's going on with that property. So we had been in touch with the owner who had kept a dealer's license, but he hasn't really kept an auto dealer's establishment for many years now. So he put it on the market. The city signed a purchase and sales agreement with the idea of, we've been creating this corridor of mixed use properties on Broad Street. And the idea here would be we purchase it and then partner with a developer to do ground floor retail and then affordable units above it.
Okay. All right, any question?
I have a question, Mr. Caesar. Do we know about how many units we're thinking about in total?
I don't know. I know that it's about 6,000 square foot lot, which is pretty sizable. But what we have seen is ground floor retail with 2 floors above that. So I would think, 6 to 10 units probably. But the city will put out a solicitation. We've already talked to Central Falls Housing, PCFD, the owner of the new Fiesta restaurant right there has an interest in potentially being a builder in the city. So we'll put something out and see what people come back with.
I assume you can have be parking, right? The unit that you already can have.
Correct.
Correct. All right. Thank you, Cesar Zero, for the information for my colleagues. Okay, with that said, anyone on the question, is the motion to approve?
Are we approving the first, or are we doing all of them collectively?
We come to the first.
Sorry.
Apologies, go ahead.
Okay. Any the motion to approve? Councilman Peguero made the motion. Second?
A second.
Councilman Solano second, with that said, full roll call.
Councilperson Biden?
Yes.
Councilperson Kazarian?
I'm recusing for this vote. Thank you.
Councilperson Figueroa?
Yes.
Councilperson Rivas Lugo?
Yes.
Councilperson Rosado Martinez?
Yes.
Councilperson Solano?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-4, 1 recusal. Next item on the agenda is item B, resolution authorizing the mayor and/or city solicitor to effectuate the acquisition of 67-69 Brook Street and a permanent easement at 63 Brook Street in Central Falls, Rhode Island, 02063, for fair market value for the purpose of supporting the new high school. Councilperson Rivas Lugo by request.
I assume that all my colleagues know about this property, right? All right. Do you have any question for the citizens about it, or everybody?
I have a question, and pardon my ignorance, but what does an easement entail, or what is an easement?
So on Brook Street, I guess from the end of on the high school side of Brook Street, from the end of Brook Street, and then going towards Lonsdale, that first property we own. The second one, this resolution allows you to buy. And then the third property, in to the councilman's question, we're only seeking an easement. And the reason is that the bottom of their property, which is a severe slope down to the track and field, we need to slope correctly for the slope to achieve a public safety rating for kids to run on that track. And there'll be riprap put there, which is a combination of wrap that you put rocks on top of to prevent erosion. So what we're asking from this property owner is to buy the ability to slope the edge of their property correctly and to put like a permanent riprap there to ensure the hill is stable for the next 50 years so that there'll be no further incidents like those blocks falling down that we have.
Thank you, that clarifies a lot. And then my follow-up question to that is, are the property owners aware of this? Like, are they, okay with it? Or,
So the property owners of the second lot, we've been in touch with for many, many months, and we tried to come up with some different solutions. Because they really wanted to build something, but it would have been really expensive for them to build on that lot. They would have had to buy pylons to go deep into the ground. So yes, they're aware of what we're doing, they've agreed to this price. The owners of the easement, we've been also in many, many conversations with. We have an appraiser out now looking for fair market value, which we should get back shortly. We actually offered them a land swap. We said, if we can do an easement on the back of your property, we can give you the land next to your property, which is the second lot I was describing. They didn't want to do that. They'd rather have the money from the easement. So we've been having lots of conversations, trying to come up with the best solution. And this is where we landed.
thank you. And then my last question is, when we're performing acquisitions, do we usually inform abutters about this?
No, we have not informed the abutters.
That was a question I received from a constituent, so I'm
Yeah.
sort of bringing it forward, because I wasn't sure.
Abutters are notified of any planning issues, any zoning issues, any liquor licenses, but not for acquisition.
Thank you.
Thank you, Citizens. All right, if anyone have other question, if they say, I need a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve the second motion.
Councilman Casaria made the motion, who second?
I'll second.
Councilwoman Rizal Martinez second, if they say, please roll call.
Councilperson Baena?
Yes.
Councilperson Kazarian?
Yes.
Councilperson Figueroa?
Yes.
Councilperson Rivas Lugo?
Yes.
Councilperson Rosado Martinez?
Yes.
Councilperson Solano?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0. Next item on the agenda is item C, ordinance relating to noxious vegetation and poison ivy as a public nuisance. Second reading, Councilperson Baena.
All right. The Councilwoman Baena made coming open, nobody registered, public calls. Let's say, Councilwoman Baena already explained it in the previous meeting about it. If anyone has any question or comment, I need a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, Councilwoman Rosado Martinez made the motion, Councilman Peguero second. With that say, roll call.
Councilperson Baena?
Yes.
Councilperson Kazarian?
Yes.
Councilperson Figueroa?
Yes.
Councilperson Rivas Lugo?
Yes.
Councilperson Rosado Martinez?
Yes.
Councilperson Solano?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0. Next item on the agenda is ordinance amending the Central Falls zoning ordinance, School R3 adopted 10/15/2025, sub-A, second reading.
Public coming open, no one registered, public coming closed. Alright, anyone have anything about it? See anyone have any comment, I need a motion to approve?
We have Jim Vanderbilt in here if you guys have questions.
Or did I ask, see anyone have? No, I have question for that, yeah, for the motion to approve.
I'll make a motion.
Councilwoman Baena made the motion, Councilman Peguero second, with that same roll call.
Councilperson Baena?
Yes.
Councilperson Kazarian?
Yes.
Councilperson Figueroa?
Yes.
Councilperson Rivas Lugo?
Yes.
Councilperson Rosado Martinez?
Yes.
Councilperson Solano?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0.
Alright. At this time, I would like to take new ordinance and into the agenda, as we are not taking action, the solicitor have advised that we can do this. This has to do with cannabis retail location in the city. Is there a motion to add this to the agenda?
I'll
make a motion to add this to the agenda.
Councilman Casares made the motion.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Rosal Martinez second. Roll call.
Councilperson Reyna,
Yes.
Councilperson Kazarian,
Yes.
Councilperson Figueroa,
Yes.
Councilperson Rivas Lugo,
Yes.
Councilperson Rosado Martinez,
Yes.
Councilperson Solano.
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0.
Clerk, can we read?
The next item on the agenda is ordinance regarding business hours and locations for retail cannabis establishments, introduced by Councilperson Rivas Lugo.
Perfect. Thank you, Mr. Clerk. The ordinance closed.
Our next item on the agenda is adjournment.
I need the motion for adjournment. Councilman Pereira made the motion. The second. Councilman Solano second. Let's say all in favor, say aye. Aye. Meeting conclude at 6:39 p.m. Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Please, you would have been on what station you take?
I'm a lady here, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Says try not giving it.
For the school board, and the second for the charter review.
I have a feeling the first one.
I'm excited.